And we're taping again.
Motivation on the job is required on anything that you do, and we were discussing about low-paying jobs or fast food jobs. For some odd reason, we started the conversation with Ed Subs and then moved on to Subway because Mitch was saying that he loves Subway better than, or Ed Subs better than Subway.
They just have more variety.
Yep.
Healthy or deep fried?
Well, they do have variety, but I enjoy Ed's.
Plus, Ed Sub makes the best poutine in town.
Yeah, now poutine is, compared to the David Choi poutine, it's nothing compared to that. David Choi went to Toronto, and he went to La Poutinerie in Toronto, which is a restaurant, a fast food / restaurant that specializes in poutine. Not poutine râpé, but actual Quebec poutine.
Okay, so cheese curds, gravy, and fries.
Yeah, except pretty much anything on the menu that you saw, such as mubugai pan or any other choices that they'd have, would actually be served on cheese curds, gravies, and fries.
Here's your sushi. On deep fried fries, gravy, and cheese curds.
Yeah.
I like sushi.
I'm not sure if I'd like it. I like my poutine royale, which is in the order of putting it in the plate or in the styrofoam box. It's homemade fries.
Yes.
Cheese curds, white chicken, and for me it's always double white meat and gravy.
See, that's how they do it over there. It's home fries, like they do at Deluxe, which is what I like. They're delicious.
Yeah, we'll have to go eat there one day.
Yeah, because
and I have to bring you over at Café Archibald. There, just remembered the goddamn cafe name.
Well, I did like the food, but we only went once during our college days, which was 10 years ago.
Yeah, we should be going again because I went with Meg and Sam.
Yeah.
When they came down, and they've upped the ante on their menu. They actually have margarita pizzas. So small personal pizzas.
Margarita pizzas?
Thin crust pizzas.
Okay, do you mean alcoholic pizzas?
No, not margarita pizzas, but actually pizzas. And there's a pompier ambulance. What the hell? Somebody's having a heart attack. Oh, a fire in the apartment building,
Actually, my brother used to live there. Years and years ago. Someone decided to go to bed smoking a cigarette and drinking whiskey.
That's one thing that scares the shit out of me. I need to express my opinion on it. I lived in apartments, and every day that I would start thinking about it, I'd be afraid of actually being caught in an apartment fire. Not caused by me, but caused by smokers that decided to actually smoke their cigarette and forget to actually put it out properly or fall asleep with it. Some people have nasty habits in that regard, and I'm not saying that smokers do, but I'm saying that those that do have these nasty habits are a major cause of fires. I'll give you a case in point. The luxury apartment building across from where I used to live had a fire because of some notion by a smoker, okay, that if you took your cigarette and put it out in a plastic potted plant, okay, with no plant in it, but just the pot itself made of plastic material, that would safely put out the cigarette. Guess what, folks? It smoldered and half of the apartment went up in flames.
Okay, he lost. On the upside, he lost his damage deposit for certain. But that's the only thing. When you're living in an apartment building, if it's all concrete or cement, okay, if somebody decides to be dumb and decides to go to bed with a cigarette in their mouth and a bottle of freaking very flammable.
For those that remember
alcohol, on the other hand.
This is Paul Street, by the way.
Yeah.
Alcohol, yeah, no, that worries me less because if they smoke and have a cigarette next to it, chances are they'll probably self-combust anyway.
Mr. John Doe was found in his bed this morning, burnt to a crisp.
And that's one thing that I find shouldn't exist. They should not allow people to smoke in buildings. It's an insurance issue. It puts the owner of the building at risk and other people's at risk.
while we're out here, after you get some gas, you want to go, we have time. Do you want to go check out the bargain bin at Chapters? See if there's anything we're picking up?
Oh, yeah. I haven't been in Chapters in a very long while. Everybody know who McBuns is? I'll have to show you guys McBuns. It's the place to pick up your fresh made bread, pizza dough, and a whole bunch of other stuff that you can get there, baked there locally, prepared there locally.
Okay, you should be backing up a bit more before turning.
And the fun thing is that these people may or may not be aware they're being caught on camera, but I don't give a rat's ass. For the simple fact that if they're stupid enough to be bad drivers, they're going to look like an ass anyways.
True. And this camera's so freaking small, it could be a credit card I'm holding up to read the CVV numbers on the back for all they know. Although the lens in front probably would give it away.
Well, only if they've got good eyes. While something's moving, it's not always a possibility.
Oh, and speaking of which, the building that actually burned down from the smoker who was putting his smokes in the empty potted plant, the building is right there.
Yeah, and they call this a luxury apartment because the apartment is actually bigger. The one that I used to live in, which is right in front, they used to call that the luxury apartment. But guess what? You could hear people pissing in their bathroom halfway down the building. You could hear them at the other end of the building walking on the floor, and you could hear the front
because
doors smashing.
oftentimes you will call an apartment a luxury apartment, so you can charge the tenants another $200 a month. That's it.
So they could charge tenants what?
Another $200 a month. Well, it's a luxury apartment.
We were paying almost $750.
Yeah, and it wasn't worth.
Mortgage.
The only reason I can think of that it would cost so much is the location, because you're right next to Champlain Mall.
Oh, Jesus Christ, location. You know what the superintendent told me once I started pestering him because I needed something fixed or taken care of ASAP? He said, "What do you think this is, the Waldorf Astoria?" I said, "Definitely not. Otherwise, we wouldn't have you as the superintendent."
You wouldn't have that.
He didn't like my attitude, and I didn't like his. Either way, unfortunately, the guy contracted bowel cancer. He didn't die, but I think his lifestyle has suddenly drastically changed because they moved away from being the superintendents.
I'm sorry, my hand's not shaky. It's speed bumps.
Yeah, speed bumps over at the local Canadian Tire.
More speed bumps.
More speed bumps.